By the way, that bus means we can make Olgierd very happy now that we can give him the Maximillian Borsodi house.
To death on 3 pounds of steel.
But he's not exactly going to be happy with the fact that we kinda bent the rules a little bit, but hey, he wanted the house, he gets the house. Just has to be careful with what he wishes for. Not everything went according to plan, to say the least. Geralt successfully broke into the vault, though at the cost of some nerve-wracking moments and a good deal of bloodshed. Once in the bowels of the auction house, he found out his partner in crime was none other than HoS Borsodi's long-missing brother, Ewald. Cheated by his brother out of his inheritance, Ewald had planned his revenge during long years of exile, and the Witcher helped him bring this plan to fruition. Whether or not we should be happy with it, whether or not this Ewald even deserves this after what he did, I'm really not sure, but one thing is for sure, HoS was a bloody prick who kinda had it coming. Ewald Borsodi. When he found himself witnessing a battle of brothers, Geralt chose to stand by his partner Ewald, and with their combined strength, they defeated HoS and his bodyguards. Ewald then repaid Geralt in the worst way possible. He tried to cheat him by keeping Maximilian's house for himself. Luckily, the Witcher kept a clear head and, instead of slaughtering Ewald at once, which he could have easily done, he proposed a compromise both sides would find acceptable. Their paths parted soon afterwards, as Ewald left to manage his family fortune, and Geralt returned to the path of a Witcher, and went right back to dealing with that bloody mark on his face. Now, the first thing that we need to do is actually get rid of this current armor, because this is what they saw the robbers in, so basically, yeah. Also, apparently this was a King Foltest mask, likeness of the murdered King of Temeria Foltest. Very cute, but what do you mean I can't? There we go. I would not have figured that was a mask of King Foltest, but it is what it is. However, where is my normal mask? There it is. I could have used this equally as much. This would have hit in my face a whole lot more. Oh well. Either way, yeah. We got an Fairy crossbow. Is that any good? That is not any good. I mean, the Earthside crossbow is just better. Basically, give me back my normal armor, and then we can go and meet with Olgierd. Now, whether or not it is a smart idea to actually bring Olgierd the house right here, right now, right after the bloody heist, maybe not the smartest thing, but hey, if we get it off of our hands, they have no proof that we ever stole it. That's just the way that we need to see things, and hey, maybe it means Olgierd gets thrown into jail. Although, to be honest, that means his third request might actually suddenly become a thing of we need to rescue him from prison, but likewise I would instantly kill him. However, let's get to the matter at hand. Olgierd.
Need to chat.
I have succeeded in your second request. I got Borsodi's house for you, in some way, shape or form.
Got something for you.
I love gifts, but I prefer to unwrap them in private. Oi lads, mind the barrels. Going out for a jabber with Geralt. Come. Oh, that's better. Alright, what do you have for me?
This.
Max Borsodi's house, as requested.
The papers. Where are they?
Left them in the vault. You wanted the house, you got the house. Never mentioned its contents.
You're a quick study. Already as tricky as Odin himself. Keen to ridicule a man. Do you know what I and the company do with your type?
I definitely got an idea. Probably ask for legal advice. However, you need to know that I was, at this point in time, not really left much of a choice. But at the same time, I did fulfill your offer. By the way, I'm dying to hear, what would you do with me?
No. Dying to hear, though. Always liked a tale with a thrill.
I'm in no mood for jests.
Me
Neither
neither.
am I. Did my job, Olgierd. Delivered what you asked for, to the letter. Unhappy? Hell, should have chosen your words more carefully.
Yes, I should have. I assume you came to an agreement with HoS. Shame. A right horse in that one.
Agreement.
Made a deal with his brother, who then beat the living shit out of HoS with a gold candle holder.
It's progress.
Yeah. So why exactly did you need these specific papers? I mean, really, you could have told me that the house was this thing. I know you wanted to make it difficult for me, but... if you had specifically requested the contents of the house as well, we wouldn't be in this scenario. So why did you want those papers?
Why did you even need those papers?
To sink the Borsodis, naturally. You see, I learned of an interesting clause in old man Maximillian's will.
Okay.
It states that his sons must meet and shake hands in agreement at least once a year at Bellatane.
Ah.
Failing that, the auction house must be auctioned off. The proceeds to go to build Marius Hospital.
Guess the old man sensed what might happen.
Aim to deliver those papers to the right hands. Borsodi would have landed in the streets, and the hospital would have gotten the funds it needs to treat orphans and beggars pro bono.
Awfully noble of you, showing so much concern for the needy.
I couldn't give a rat's ass about the needy. Made them wither and disappear along with the city. I wanted one thing. Revenge.
Well, you got that. Either way, the Borsodis. What's your gripe with them exactly? Like, I can't ask about whether or not you knew about them having a brother, but... what exactly is your gripe with them?
The Borsodis. What's your gripe? Get kicked out of an auction?
Worse. They evicted me from my home. Are you really interested?
Always am.
Wouldn't have asked if I wasn't.
Ha! Cheeky as ever. My family, they took on some debt. A poor investment in a sawmill. A bad crop one year. A lawsuit lost. You know how it is. When it rains, it pours. We needed but a few weeks to recover. But HoS Borsodi had acquired our debt. All of it. Demanded it be repaid immediately. I pleaded. I begged. I tore open my shirt at his threshold. Ugh. It was like talking to a wall.
I can imagine that.
I went to the auction. Saw those perfumed pricks buy my father's sword. My mother's death mask. My brother's horse tack. Ah, HoS earned a pretty pile selling our mementos.
No surprise the animosity you feel for him.
That was but the start. My Iris's parents learned of my family's misfortune, and our betrothal was no more. They found her another suitor, one from beyond the sea.
Oh.
The anger I felt. I thought I'd gone mad. Went to the tavern, drank a round, a second, abroad, then had another tankard. And then, I asked the wrong bloke for help.
On to Rodim. Honestly, pretty sad story. Truthfully.
Sad story.
Isn't it? Truthfully, I'm surprised I retained any cheer in my soul. Well, why do you stand there? Do you need something still?
At this point in time, yeah. Unfortunately, your third request. The third task. Tell me about it. I know you don't want me to complete it. Neither do I really want to complete it. But tell me about it. It has to be done.
Third wish. Time you stated it.
A moment, Geralt. I will say to something. Then we'll chat. You there. Yank the herring out the barrel.
I'm sorry, what?
Come on, none of this dallying.
What the hell did you do to him, and why?
Now, ready to listen? Or do you still not give two shites about what I've got to say?
I'm ready. I'm listening.
Good. You'll return to your lord and tell him as follows. His demand was brazen. Hurt me to the core. For I was brought up to respect the sacred law of hospitality. And I shall not bend to an uncouth boor's dictum. Understood? I will pay him a visit shortly to test his willingness to adapt. So you ride off and announce me. And don't spare your horse. Got it?
Aye, got it.
Give this man a mount and leave him go. Come with you. We must talk outside.
Yeah, any kind of respect I start to gather for
Be
you is
fearing,
slowly
believe
fading
one
away
should only
again.
Discuss important matters out of doors, with the gods as witnesses.
If you say so. Why were you keeping that man in a barrel? Honestly.
Barrel? What was that about?
On the way here, we stopped for nourishment at a tavern belonging to one Lord Dauntless. We enjoyed ourselves as one does at an inn, raucously. Our antics were not to the liking of this Dauntless. Sent a man to warn us that if we were ever to return, we would hang.
You burned the inn down?
I left ample compensation with the innkeep. But it seems the rapscallion neglected to mention this to his lord. But that's of little import. What matters is someone called me a whoreson and threatened to kill me. It was one of those threats that sound like an invitation. I intend to accept it. Return to those parts.
Oh, because you can't be killed. Well, alright then. Either way, you'll get what's coming to you one day. The way you've been acting. Honestly, karma will catch up.
Must have made quite a few enemies along the way. Maybe not today and not tomorrow, but someday, someone will find a way to take you down.
And that should trouble me why? I feel no fear, no regrets. The wise men of Oxenfurt claim there are no gods. After death, there is only the void. I've known this void already. Death holds no surprises.
Are you sure about that? For you do know that the man you made a deal with might hold powers even beyond death. Either way, third task, as I asked before. What do you want?
Fulfilled 2 of your wishes. Time I learned the third.
Confident, aren't you? Proud, sure of your strengths. Fearless.
Third task, if you don't mind.
Mutations. They stripped you of emotion. Tell me, have you ever loved? I mean, truly loved?
I mean, yeah, your third wish now. Honestly, yes, I have loved. But at the same time, do you really give a shit? I have loved. I'm sure you have too in the past with this Iris.
Yeah, I've loved. Can we get to the matter at hand?
Perhaps instead we ought to sit down inside. Have a good chat over some fiery water.
Don't want to drink with you. Once it's over, once the job is done. However, I'm assuming at that point in time there's no more time left for you. At which point in time I think that you will start to fear death and the end and the void.
We'll drink once the job's done.
Afraid that's impossible. Succeed and that's the end of me. Fail and you'll not be back.
Third wish, still waiting to hear it.
Aye, aren't you stubborn? Fine. Listen well. I had a wife once. The day I saw her last, I gave her a rose. A violet one. Bring me that bloom. Wouldn't mind reminding myself what it looks like.
When was that? How long's it been? Flowers wilted and turned to dust by now.
You wished to hear a wish. Now you have. Fulfill it. I ride now to visit this Dauntless, but one of my men will remain here. He'll know how to find me. That is, of course, should you succeed.
At least you could tell me where your wife is.
In my old manor, east of Martin Foy's farmstead. I'd wish you Godspeed, but, well, you understand, I'm sure.
I do.
Goodbye, Geralt.
Goodbye, Olgierd. And I'm sure we will meet sooner rather than later.
Back under your rock.
Scenes from a marriage. With 2 wishes down and 1 more to go, Geralt reported back to Olgierd. There he received his 3rd and final task, which, following the veins of its predecessors, seemed nigh unto impossible to complete. Olgierd wanted Geralt to find and bring him the violet rose he had given his wife the last time he saw her. As this was many years ago, the flowers are not noted for their longevity. The rose had certainly disintegrated by now. Yet, since Geralt had grown used to finding the unfindable and doing the undoable, he nevertheless set out to try to recover this flower of yesteryear. And I'm assuming that it is not exactly a rose of remembrance, which all the more makes this probably a whole lot harder than it should be. But thus, I think we ride back again to the Von Everec estate. Although, seeing how we have to travel all the way back up north, and seeing how I guess I want to give Olgierd a little bit of time, although I'm not entirely sure what exactly he's planning to do with that dauntless fella and his inn, or wherever the hell that would be. Yeah, I think we could maybe, just maybe, make an ever so slight detour and figure out what the deal is with the Arnscrone castle and the dark legacy within. Now, with a bit of luck, there is no longer any other archgriffin around here. I mean, I killed the last, but honestly, you never know what kind of beast he might have taken its place in the meantime. Let's just hope that it won't be anything too bad, and slowly start to investigate this old castle, into what ruins it fell. I mean, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, it almost seems, so I'm kind of wondering how the hell I'm actually going to get there without, well, running into too much trouble. This is Deadwight Woods? I thought we already went into Deadwight Woods. We've never actually been here. I mean, we went to Elda, but... Ooh. In which case, Roach, would you like to stay behind for a while? I'll call you if I need you, but in the meantime, I do prefer to be a little bit on my own, I guess. Let me guess. Do not enter Deadwight Woods. From this road, there be no return. Yonder lies Deadwight Wood. Yeah, I heard enough bad stuff about this place. So, honestly, a little bit afraid of what I might encounter. I mean, it's nothing that we can't handle, but nonetheless, it's a little bit too quiet, except for the wolves there. And I'm expecting arachnomorphs in the future as well. Are those? Those are massive flocks of crows. Oh, and that is a lesson. Bestiary was a relic, right? Again, with lessons, I barely fight lessons enough to properly remember what the hell they actually were classified as, and what they thus were weak against. But indeed, they are relics, so in that case, relic oil on the silver sword, everything will be fine, fire at the ready. And likewise, creepy voices in the distance. You're hiding a secret treasure, but that's also exactly where I need to go. So, my friends, I am very sorry, but yeah, you and your friends. Oh my, you're an ancient lesson as well. Okay, I'll keep that there, and then I'll burn you. Oh, you really don't seem to care all that much. Sorry, Pooch, you need to go. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This guy will burn. and you shall not strike me like that. Can I strike you like that? Yes, I can. This is working. And more burning, more burning, more burning. Always a trick with a lesson. Oh, really? You were a little bit too late to the party, my friend. Are there more lessons? No, the rest seems to be quiet. Well, as quiet as can be in a place called Deadwight Wood, which has creepy things all about the place. Alright, so, search the ruins of Arnscrone Castle, and meanwhile we had a hidden treasure here. Hello. Count Romilly's Journal, Part 2. I kind of want to know about Part 1, but I'll take your stuff. And there's pieces in there. Okay. The Secret Life of Count Romilly. But I'm working on the Dark Legacy, so... You know what, I'll read these notes in a little bit. Right now I just want to focus on one thing at a time. Because I'm going to be dragged from one place to the other, and I have a feeling that I'm going to be stumbling upon those Part 1 notes in no time as well. So... Fellas! I'm very sorry for interrupting, but... Basically, I need to be here, you need to be gone, you need to be on fire. Do I have my right sword? I don't have... Okay, excuse me, I have my right sword equipped. I was barely dealing damage to you, that's the reason why I was a little bit perplexed as to what was actually going on. Right, you two, come on, strike the bubble, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. And now, you barely take damage. Okay. How about you both burn? This is fine. Totally fine. I seriously barely deal damage to you. How? Why? That's honestly a surprise. Dear, oh dear. Alright, well, I'll take your bits, no problem. But where do we find what we're looking for? Like, what's this Count Romilly person thing, whatever? The person we were looking for. Okay, fine. I'll read those bloody notes. I still want to find Part 1, but I'll find them at some point. The last page is torn from Count Romilly's journal. A pox upon Anastasia von Barrowman. A pox upon her whole plowing house. I finally found a way to end this deadly little charade she's put on. The key to unraveling the riddle lay in a dusty old tome in my library. That little viperess was marked by a lesson. That is why the monster attacked my castle. There was only one way out of this situation. I snuck up while she slept and throttled her. She didn't even manage to peep. Now I can finally leave my castle walls thanks to the gods. The monstrosity has skirted off into oblivion along with that accursed child. The entire affair was a horrific error. I'm just glad the savings from previous missions are safely preserved in the castle treasury. I must recruit some mage. Perhaps that will ensure I avoid such incidents in the future. Okay, so that was related to the whole idea of the lesson that we just fought outside, huh? Well then, the secret life of Count Romilly. Despite numerous warnings, Geralt ventured deep into Deadwight Wood, where he found the ruins of Castle Arnscrone. There, he fought a tough battle against an ancient legend and found the earthly remains of Walter Romilly, and with them, the eccentric Count's journal. Part of the Count's journal described his foul treatment of Anastasia von Barrowman, who he believed to have been marked by a lesson. It also made mention of coins stashed somewhere beneath the castle, which might be related to the Dark Legacy thing. I mean, yeah, he learned treasure might be hidden in Arnscrone Castle. They're both linked to the exact same thing here. But we have the key, luckily. Which means all we have to do is go deeper, find what we're looking for, worry about the possible pitch black darkness, and maybe burst open a door or two. We'll manage, nothing we haven't done before. Which just begs the question, are we possibly dealing with specters here? Or other stuff? There might always be other stuff. Count Romilli's Journal Part 1, that's what we're looking for. Entries in chronological order, the last pages are missing, torn out. This craft has proved even more profitable than I had anticipated. 5 of the last 7 kidnappings ended in success. Only 2 of the lads had fathers too miserly to ransom their sons. Clearly it was more offspring where those came from, so the calculating knaves deemed captured snots expendable. Note for the future, demand a significantly smaller ransom from clients with more than 1 male heir. I sent the lads after Anastasia von Bowerman. The Lord of Zutzer Castle is a magnificently wealthy noble, and Anastasia is his only child. I smell a lucrative transaction. The lads returned with the client's daughter that very night. The girl is calm, apathetic even. Something strange is afoot in the castle surroundings. Flocks of raven perch in the trees bordering the courtyard, and this morning a new contingent flew in. 2 serving maids have gone missing. Could my lads have been responsible, or did those ravens peck them to death? Here a giant inkblot covers half the page. One of my grooms has died. From what the remaining servants recount, he was killed by tree roots that suddenly thrust towards and straight out of the ground. My men are petrified. Wolves howl day and night in the land surrounding the estate. Leaving the castle walls means certain death. We have barricaded ourselves inside and live as if under siege. Luckily, we've ample of supplies of food and water. Perhaps this is some kind of curse? Franz, the servant who led the unit that kidnapped Anastasia, has hanged himself. Black magic is surely at work. I must search the castle library for some indication what this might be. But you never found out, you died, and I guess that means good riddance to you. I mean, sounds like it at least. And I guess that's your treasure? So leather scraps from nails of Belhaven Brigandine. Really? That's your treasure? That can't be your treasure. That is not your proper treasure. Hell no, that is your proper treasure. Which leads us right to a wall that can be busted down. Or a door. And there's gotta be better goodies here. But seriously, that's a crappy, very crappy treasure. So what else have we got? More dwarven spirit. Hello friends. Good to see you. You totally didn't scare me. I'm fine. You're fine. You're all gonna be extra dead soon enough. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me. Can I have my Quen? Yes I can. There we go. That should deal with you properly in a little bit. That's it. 1 down. What do you mean? Again, what do you mean that action's not allowed in combat? All I'm doing is cast Quen, which can't be disallowed. So how about you fix that mistake as well? There we go. A little bit more. You're a wraith. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on. Really? You're that much of a danger? Strike twice. Did you? Did you break through my active Quen shield with that attack? You nasty bugger. I didn't know Braves were capable of doing that. But today I learned. However, tricks or not, you still don't stand a chance against me and my shield. No. No. Knock it off. Come on. Don't flee. Don't flee. That's it. 1 more. And I'm a happy witcher. And you are, yet again, bloody dead. Thank you. Alright, torch out again. Thank you very much. Let's see what you were truly hiding in here. I mean, the Count died, but all the others, yeah, they most certainly did as well. A ransom letter. To the Right Honourable Raphael von Bowerman, Lord of Zutzer Castle. We wish to reassure you, my dear sir, that your daughter is in the flower of good health. She will continue to enjoy said health provided her father acts according to our instructions. They are as follows. In 6 days at the exact stroke of midnight, you, sir, are to present yourself in person outside the cursed chapel near Brunwick, in order to hand over a ransom in the amount of 1,000 unshaven Novigrad crowns. You are to sound no alarm and come alone, with no guards or retainers of any sort. I trust we needn't add that any failure to follow these instructions will result in an immediate and proportionally decline in the young and beautiful Lady Bowerman's health. My best wishes to you, sir. Yeah, I'm sure. Brilliant people. Very much brilliant. Alright, you. Some runestones and some dust. Well, not exactly a brilliant treasure, and I fear that you were Lady Bowerman. Maybe. Boy. Either way, this happened ages ago, so not exactly like we could do anything about it, but... yeah. Deadwight wood? Certainly a danger. Either way, with that now done and that secret solved, kinda, it's time for us to continue. Travel all the way to Olgierd's estate and I guess travel right through Deadwight Woods and see if there's anything else that may catch our attention. Maybe a foglet or two. Honestly, who knows what else we might find in these woods. And if nothing, well, then so be it. But no matter what, we're off. And so we find our way right back towards the Von Everec manor.
Slower.
Anyone there?
Yeah?
Faster.
Was that hole in the wall there before?
Hey! You hear me?
Yeah, greetings, hello. Is there an issue?
Kendrick. Kendrick, you there?
Not so loud.
Ah! God, scared me after.
Not so loud, I said. Fog's not natural. Could be something in there hiding. Foglets or air nymphs, for example. Don't want to attract them. Believe me.
Foglets. Oh, sweet mother Melitterly, why'd I ever come here?
I'd like to know that. What exactly are you doing here?
Good question. What are you doing here?
See, Kendrick and me, we thought Manor's been empty all these years, full of fine things going to rot.
So you're a thief.
Thieves steal from the living. What's the harm taken from the dead? Kendrick went to open the door. I stood watch. Suddenly heard his lamp smash. Then nothing. Quiet. Called out to him, but...
Yeah, I have a feeling he might be dead. Is that your Kendrick, fella?
What was that? One of them foglets you spoke of?
Definitely
No.
not.
Phew. That's the stone off my...
I'll see what that was and look for your partner. You...
Ain't about to wait around. I'm out of here.
Good plan. Wise man.
Pretty sprawling, this estate.
Yeah.
How am I gonna find that rose in this fog?
The estate is sprawling indeed. At the same time, the flower beds are nicely kept. Also...
Someone's still tending to the flower beds.
Yeah.
No violet rose, though.
No, but what are we smelling? We're smelling other stuff. We're seeing other stuff. Are those graves? Can I? Oh, come on. Slowly.
A grave? Here?
Interesting, because with the Von Everec estate having its own crypt, why would there be graves here? Who would they be for? Servants, maybe? Why would servants be buried here? Okay, I'm seeing a ton of stuff that catches my interest for sure, but no sign of whoever that just was. Either way, one of Iris's easels?
Wood's rotted completely.
Clearly not used in a very long time. Alright, what else have we got? Guess I see more. Hello. Okay, they probably don't mind if I take stuff, right? They probably will mind, but... I mean, maybe I can use it for something. Either way, more and more roses. All doing just fine. Meanwhile, are the beehives kept?
Beehives, well maintained but dormant.
Really make me wonder who the hell this person was that we saw. What's their story? Why are they here? And likewise, did they hurt this Kendrick fella? Is this Kendrick stuff?
Fresh manure.
If someone has clearly been keeping this garden very nicely, or for as nicely as they possibly could keep it.
Water's ice cold. Mountain stream cold.
Alright. And meanwhile...
Rather worn. Used often. Wonder by who?
Probably by
No vine
Iris
that grows here. Maybe somewhere out back.
and Olgierd. Yeah, somewhere out back. It is definitely
Somebody's
way
still
too
taking care of
quiet.
the place.
Clearly, but where are they now? Right now is what I'm wondering. And I'm wondering whether or not we can have a casual chat with them. Okay, I'm surprised that actually opened. Hi. Blind cat?
I'd scooch along, kitty. This place. What's that? That. Digging.
Yeah. I think that's where our friend went.
Prints from cleated boots, leading from the back of the garden.
I'm not liking this, but what is this?
Someone dragged a wounded man through here.
Kendrick. Yeah. Definitely not brilliant. And where were they smacked in that case? Because they tried to open the door and... yeah. Alright, well that seems to be our only way through. Hello.
Rope looks new. Bucket's been repaired.
Yeah, this place is giving off very
Gardener's
strange
hut.
vibes.
Could it be?
Why would the gardener still be doing his job after all this time?
Tools are so organized it's scary.
Who exactly is this gardener and what exactly is he doing? He's still keeping this place safe, but who's paying him? What's he eating? I have definitely got questions. And how else are we going to get them other than just friendly asking for them? Which really can't be any good.
A lockpick? Must have been the other thieves.
Yeah. But if he was knocked out, then did he just drop them here? Who exactly is our friend? And where is our thief? Barely see anything thanks to the fog. Read things? Well, he makes quick work.
Graves, unmarked. Laid out in rows, like garden beds. Hey. Hear me? Other thief. Body's mutilated. Who are you?
Whoever he is, he seems and sounds rather dangerous. He is not human.
Okay, what the hell is going on here? I get that updating that flower wasn't going to be easy, but having some kind of faceless demonic gardener on my list of obstacles was not something I saw coming. Which makes me wonder what else awaits.